What's up, everyone? It's Fred again. So you're starting to shoot video or maybe learning photography as a hobby or go professional? Well, then let me introduce to you the magical rule of thirds that is very useful for composition on any camera work, including art, like painting and stuff. This rule will incredibly improve your work exponentially, and I will explain it to you after this. Rule of thirds. No, I didn't make it up from the top of my head this very moment. It's a rule that many believe goes all the way back to the Renaissance period. Now, no one really knows for sure, but it was first published in 1797 by an artist by the name of John Thomas Smith. Now, I need to tell you, before I explain it to you, I just want to let you know that although this rule helps your framing enormously and makes the visuals look more stunning, this rule can be broken. But before you break the rules, you have to know the rules first. That's just how it is. Just because you break this rule does not mean that your framing will be boring or unengaging. It's not gonna suck. What is the rule of thirds? Well, think of it as a large tic-tac-toe grid in your frame minus the X's and the O's. There are 4 lines, 4 intersections, which leaves 9 different locations you want to place elements into the point of view. Each of these lines is 1/3 of your frame. According to this rule, you want to place your point of interest along these lines, especially on one of the intersections. Why? Because apparently the human eye naturally gravitates to these intersecting points, and it's way more aesthetically pleasing to the viewer. Let me just show you what I'm talking about. Here are some shots that I took in Concord, Massachusetts. See the rules? Boom. Boom. Now here's a video I took in Philly. Yo, Adrian. Yeah, this is from a story I shot back in my hometown of Mercedes, Texas. See that? And then I switch it to the other side. Now, I always use this rule when shooting interviews. Look at this. By displaying the subject's eyes on the intersecting lines is super important because it's how the viewer connects to the subject. The eyes are the windows to the soul. So I've heard, but I don't know anything about that. Now, these are some interviews right here. Now, this is footage of a project that we shot in New Mexico. Now, I chose a higher third on this one because I wanted to show the gravel on the road, or the gravel road, right there on the bottom. The reason for that is this shoot in particular, it was for a telecommunications company, and they wanted to prove how their service works out there in the middle of nowhere. So we had to establish that it was far away from civilization, if you will. So if you're a beginner and you're struggling to compose your image, then just use the rule of thirds. To some, this rule is more of a theory or a suggestion more than a hard rule. But if you're a beginner, you want to start off with this rule. Just take a little bit longer and frame your subjects within these lines. It makes a big difference. Now, once you've learned this rule, break it. I've done it many times. As you can see right now, I'm not really on a third, am I? Nope. This is more of a symmetrical shot with leading lines, which I will explain to you in another video down the line. Leading lines down the line. There was no pun intended there, I promise. So for now, go and learn this rule. Play with it. Have fun with it. Then, break it. Guys, stay creative, everyone.